All right, I'm back. Okay, my system just like crashed and went crazy, so I'm back right now. Let's see. I'm going to share this out if at all possible. Let me see. So hold on a second while I pull it up so I can share it out. Sorry about the stuff, but one of my one of my goals that I have to share with you for 2019 is to actually get a new studio. A studio where I can just do what I want with, where the internet access is great and awesome and it can be set up all the time. So please pray for me that that happens because that's what I'm looking to do. Because I am the tech guru after all, and I have to have my technology in place. And sometimes, as we all know, technology does not play well with you. But I'm not going to let this stop me at all. And I have to get this information out. And I have to think that because I'm having so much issues and troubles and whatever, it's okay. It's all got to do with the connection where I am right now, and that's going to be solved in March because my goal is to get out of where I am, move into a better place where I have better internet access, and like I said, I have my studio set up. So y'all just wait for that. I'm putting it into the atmosphere. Well, it's been in the atmosphere, and I just wanted to share that with you because you my peeps, right? You wish the best for me. You know that we all can do what we need to do when we need to do it. And I will be broadcasting from a brand new studio in March. So now I'm logging onto the page. So just give me 30 seconds, please, because this information is great and I want to get it out to you. So let me it's coming up on the big computer because I'm on my iPad right now, which for some reason I can join in on the Be Live shows, but I can't actually do a show there. Let me make sure it's popping up. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. And I'm going to share it really quickly because I put on in my two groups that I was going to be on. And I'm going to do it on my timeline also. So give me a few secs. Yeah, like a minute. Ooh. On my timeline, I'm sharing it. So business success tips. I'm just putting this in there. Share on my timeline. So join in. I got two more groups to put it on. So while you're twiddling your thumbs, or you're just waiting for me to do some awesomeness, sharing the group. Just hold on, I'll be right there. So I got two groups to share this with. Hold on. So this way, and I just found this out. This is a tip for you. This is a business success tip, right? So two, while I'm doing this. So forgive me that I'm not looking at you right now. Join me now live. If you share something from a live from your page to your profile or to anyone else, you tag people in it, it will automatically start playing on their timeline or wherever you share it to. Don't have them share that, but it'll automatically start playing on their timeline, on their page, whatever you shared it to, and then you can see the comments. Because if they share it, then it adds that extra layer of it and you can't see the comments. So I got two more groups. Hold on. So I thought that was a great comment. I thought that was a great tip. And I learned that from Sebastian. Sorry, I can't say his name wrong. Sebastian, when I was on their show with Dream Maniacs and Women Unleashed. Tuesday, join me live for business success. And I'm going to tell you all about why I'm having issues with my internet access tips. Because as my friend and colleague and a general ear to kind of be there for me, Eugenia Trailblazer Rucker says, if you are, something's happening you can't get the word out, it means that it's just gorgeous. It's awesome. God is planning something big for you. So I know God is planning something big for me. So the internet access that I have, for some reason through my laptop, sucks sometimes, especially when I'm trying to go live. But when I get on my iPad, which my husband has said, has much less things going through it and stuff, it's actually much better. So I try to go live on that as much as possible. And I don't want to not go live because this is how I get the information to you guys going live, right? So anyway, let's get back to our thing. I think I shared it everywhere that I need to. It's on my timeline and in the two groups. So now we can get back to business. So I'm sorry that y'all were kind of left in the dark a little bit, but let's get back to the thing. All right, so I'm going to just go back from where I was. All right, so business tips. Number one, you got to know these three things. What, who, and how. Or who, what, and how. Who is your audience? Who are you talking to? What are their demographics? Mean how old they are, where do they live, what kind of jobs do they have, how much money do they make, that type of stuff. But you also have to know their psychographics. Psychographics are where do they hang out, especially online. Do they like Facebook? Do they like Twitter? Are they more Instagram-y people? Do they go to church? Are they religious? What kind of books do they read? What ticks them off? What makes them laugh? What kind of television shows do they like? What kind of magazines do they read? Things like that. Things like about your friends, because basically the audience is going to become your friend. In one way or another, they're going to become your friend, and you're going to help them because you're going to help them transform from wherever they are now to wherever they need to go. I know that sounds vague, but since I don't know you specifically, you meaning you who are listening to me now, individually in your business, you're going to help them transform from one way or another, right? So you got to know who they are. And that helps you to know what they like and don't like, whether they are, if they're visual people, they like to see things visually, they like colors, they like shapes, they like pictures, or maybe they learn better if they're reading something, or maybe they even learn better if they're listening. Or maybe you just include all three. You include ways for them to learn by listening to you, by watching you, and by reading what you have. And I'll get into what that means in just a minute. So you got to know your people. You got to know what they want, how they are. For me, let me tell you about my people. My people are mainly women. I do work with a few great men who are brave enough to work with women, but it's mainly women. Their ages are from 45 to 54. That doesn't mean I don't serve outside of that range on the upper level or outside of that range on the down level. That's just the bulk. And if I surveyed all my people right now, they would come in that middle, maybe skewing up or down a little bit, but they would come in there. So you got to know that age range. And your age range should be about 10 years of the people that you are targeting. Why? Because you can't target people from 18 to 60. Why? Because there is such a big range in there of differences. An 18-year-old and a 60-year-old are going to be so different in their level of how they look at life, what they know about life, how they react to life, everything, that you can't just say, I serve everybody from 18 to 60. It's not possible at all. It really isn't. Because you're going to have to segment somewhere. So pick a range of people. For my people, is 45 to 54. And it could be changing. It could be as I'm growing older, they're getting older, and they're like just a few steps behind me. I serve some wonderful, amazing people, especially women and men too. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're coaches and service providers, and they're saving the world. And I'm helping them with my tech knowledge and with my marketing strategy knowledge. That's why I wrote that book, Unmarket Your Business, 10 Ways for Savvy Entrepreneurs to Stand Out, Stop Struggling, and Start Profiting. And my name is Carol J. Dunlop, by the way. I know this is, if you were on earlier, the thing blinked out, so I just came on in a whole new way. I don't have any fancy stuff. This is just a live to share some business success tips with you. Hey, Toy, how you doing? Thanks for watching. All right, so anyway, you got to know who your audience is. And you can't say, I don't know who they are, or I serve everybody. Then you need to find out who they are. You need to survey them. You need to talk to them. You need to ask them things. And by talk to them, I mean ring, ring, hello. Talk to them on the telephone. You know what that is, right? Talk to them on the telephone. Or guess what? You can Skype them. You can connect with them via Facebook Messenger. You can have a Zoom call with them. You can have a regular old phone call with them. But you need, good afternoon, Toy. Thank you for joining in. But you got to connect with these people. And I was talking with one of my clients who is so awesome and in just wondrous of ways. She does humor coaching, and that's June Klein. And I was like, and she's getting ready to launch her mastermind. And I was like, to make your mastermind work, to get butts in seats, you need to call people up. And she was like, Dadgummit. If you know June, she's funny as anything. She was like, Dadgummit, I really got to call people. Yes, you got to call folks. You got to call folks. Oh, you're welcome. I mean, that target audience range is so important. I had a client that I was working with, and I know sometimes I get off target, but just let you know, I had a client I was talking with, and I said, who's your audience? And she says, I serve everybody from 18 to 60. And I was like, you can't. So let's narrow that down. We finally narrowed it down to between 30 and 45. And that was a good range. Because I want you to think of yourself. Just look at yourself and all the different things that you've gone through in your life from when you were, if you can remember, from 10 to 15. And then when you hit 16, didn't the world change? And then you hit 25 and it changed again. And then you hit 35. Okay, new experiences, new things going on. Boom, right? So you got to look at your audience like that. They are constantly changing. They are they have to deal with different things. You know, a grandmama doesn't deal with the same thing that a new mom of 20 does. It's just impossible. So then you have to figure, after you know the who you're dealing with, then you have to figure out, what is it that they want? You know, what? What do they want? Not even just from you, but what is it that they want? What is their pain point? So I use this a lot. And let's say you're a personal chef. And let's say you have the bomb recipes and you want to get that out there to your people. But let's say your audience is single moms with small kids. So if you're a single mom with a small child, you know that you need stuff that's fast, that's easy, and that you don't have to think about too much, right? Just doesn't require a lot of brain power because those kids are getting you. Even if you just got one of them, they're getting you. So you're a personal chef and you say, I have these recipes that you can use for healthy cooking. Now, if these recipes have 20 or 25 ingredients and take you 2 hours to prepare, there's no way in the world single moms are going to want that. First of all, it takes too much time. They got to think too much, and they got to feed these kids. So you need to really adjust what you're doing. Now, if you come at them with, hey, I got recipes that you can prepare that have 10 ingredients or less, you can make in 30 minutes or less, and they're going to be healthy, boom, that's what they want. So what is their pain point? What is the thing that is waking them up in the middle of the night that they are like, oh my God, I got to get this solved? And let me tell you, it's not they're seeking clarity. No one wakes up in the middle of the night saying, oh my God, I got to get clarity in my life. Nobody thinks that. They think, I got to get these bills paid. I got to go to court and take care of this baby daddy who ain't paying me. Or I got to figure out how I can get my internet access up and get my own studio up and running. Me, this girl. Those are the things that keep us up at night, Or can I launch this program, and is this program going to work? How do I market it? If you deal on the business side like I do, my thing is marketing strategy, helping people to connect the dots, figure out the marketing plan that they love so that they really perfect it and make it work and get clients with it. That's what I do, right? So those people who wake up in the middle of the night like, oh my God, I got a program to launch. How am I going to launch it? Do I need Facebook, or do I need to do Facebook Lives, or maybe I need to switch over to Instagram? Maybe I should do some YouTube videos. Oh my God, I can't think about this anymore. Those are my people right there, right? So who are your people? What is making them toss and turn in the middle of the night, sit up and watch old movies so they can get their brain to stop? Once you figure that part out, then guess what? You struck gold. So now you know who. Now you know what. Third thing, you got to figure out how, and how you're gonna solve this problem. What are you gonna do for them? Are you gonna create some recordings that they can listen to? For busy moms, that might be really good. They're driving their kids all over the place, or they're having to pick them up and drop them off, especially maybe if they're divorced and they got to deal with custody and stuff like that. They got to take them to the ex so he can take care of them for a minute, then they got to come back. Listening to some business advice or empowerment advice or whatever in an audio that they can put it, because most of the new cars now have that podcasting feature where you can go on iTunes and listen to stuff. Did you know that? So, creating a podcast would be really good, right? Or maybe they like to read stuff. Maybe they just get on their iPad or their Kindle device or their phone and they like to read blog articles. Maybe you need to write some articles. Maybe they're visual and they like to watch videos. When people are at the gym and they're running on the treadmill and stuff, there's that little piece that you can put your iPad or your tablet or whatever you have on your phone. You can put it in front of you and you can watch TV, but why not, make it interesting and watch your video on how to do something better in life. So just think about how are you going to solve that? Are you going to offer them a 6-week program, a membership site, a combination of coaching, and maybe it has audios and videos in it, something they can get online, or are you going to do what I call one-on-one coaching, right? And then you're going to offer them this. So you know all about them, right? You know how much money they make, pretty much. You know what range they're in. You know pretty much what they're looking for. You know the problems they have. And now you have your solution. Now you have your 1, 2, 3 punch. You're ready to go. You can help them. So now you have to get out there in front of them and tell them this, I'm available. I'm available to help you. I'm available to solve your problems. I'm available because I know what you're going through and I can help you. So maybe it's through Facebook Lives like this that you're doing. And this is your marketing thing. Great tip for you today. I learned this from Patty Lennon because I'm in her 5-day marketing course. And she gave me this, all of us who are on a call today, this great tip, and I'm going to pass it on to you, right? What she said was, now do a Facebook Live and then boost it for like $10 over 3 days. So either $5 a day or $10 for 3 days, or, just 3 days, just boost it. And I was like, oh my God, she's talking about that boost button. Don't use that. But she said the thing is, you're not trying to get them to opt in anything. You're not trying to get them to do anything but watch your video. I thought it was a bomb idea, right? Just boost that sucker, $10, $5 if you don't have 10, and start building an audience, because then you can take the results from that audience and go into Facebook Ads Manager and say something like, engage with the people who have watched my videos for at least 20% of the video, and then send them this ad. Isn't that genius? You're doing something really, really cheap, like $10, $5, $10, maybe even $15. I've heard 15, and I'm boosting a video, a Facebook Live that I did that is very much, has a lot of value in it, and it's content rich, and it shows people how to do stuff that they're having questions about, and then I'm boosting it. I'm trying to find other audience members who are going to watch this and say, hey, this girl is a bomb.com. Let me go follow her. Because that's all you're trying to do. That's all marketing is. Marketing is telling people about what you're doing so that they can self-select and say, yes, you're for me, or no, I don't want any part of that. Because let's face it, you don't want people on your list who are saying, nah, I don't want any part of that. I don't even care about you. You want people to say, yes, 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 give me more, give me more, give me more. I want more. I'm signing up for your list. I want to get in touch with you more. I want to get on a call with you. Or I want to, hey, Melinda. I want to call you Melissa. I think that's your name in another life, right? And I know who you are. Hey, Melinda. Thanks for joining in. So, anyway, now you got your who, and you know your what and the how. And please watch this from the beginning if you're just not tuning in, so you can get all these little tidbits and nuggets that I'm giving you. Okay, that's number one, the who, the what, and the how. Number two is to get help. I know that all of us out here are pioneer women, right? Wow, we can do this ourselves. We don't need no help, right? Totally wrong. You don't have to be the pioneer woman who goes out and cuts all the logs down in the forest. And I know you hear me say that, but it's so true. Cuts all the logs down in the forest, builds that log cabin yourself, starts the fire, goes out and gets the goat, bring back, create this curry goat. I love that. All by yourself, and feed the world. You don't have to do that by yourself. There are people out there that can help you. There are people like me who can be part of your team to take that marketing headache away from you. And that technology how technology mixes with marketing headache away from you. There are people like, for instance, Gwen Davis Yancey, who can help you with that mind shift thing. There are people like June Klein, another one of my clients, who can help you put humor into your talks and your speeches and your conversation, and know so you can know how humor affects your career, your relationships, and your life, and you can do good with it. There are people like Lugenia Trailblazer Rucker, who is a life coach and a ministry leader, who can help you if you're trying to create a ministry business or create a business out of what you're doing, to help guide you along the way. And there are tons of other people. There's branding people, there's copywriters, there's website designers. I'm a website designer, I want you to know. There's other marketing strategist people. There's people who are, they know a lot about these other things, about email marketing and all that. You don't have to do that all yourself. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. When you try to do everything yourself, you become a Jack or Jill of all trades, but you don't do any of them well. Or you're always missing out on this, or you forgot that, or you can't quite get to do this or that. And then what happens? You waste all your time trying to do this one thing, and your brilliance is left in the background. What is your brilliance? Is your brilliance helping women to realize how powerful they are? What's building a website got to do with that? Nothing. Is your brilliance you can coach women off the ledge and get them to see themselves as awesome and, goddesses? What's that got to do with creating an email marketing series? Nothing. So I want you to understand, stay in your brilliance, stay in your lane, and get help with the other things that you need help with. Me, I needed help with so many things. Oh my God, making money, finding out the right marketing stuff, how to use how to create a webinar, how to run a webinar, how to create an email funnel after the webinar, how to get more clients, what to do with the clients when I got them. I got help for all of that stuff. I am getting help for all of that stuff. Yes. Toya. I hope I'm saying your name right. Toya. I'm just looking at it and doing it phonetically. So if I mess it up, please don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. But yes, and getting on the phone with people. I love getting on the phone with people. I used not to. But I'll tell you one thing I do hate, and that's cold calling. I hate cold calling. Cold calling is when you look up in some directory or something, you see somebody's name, and you call them up, you say, hey, person that I don't know, this is another person that you don't know trying to sell you something that I don't even know you want. Who's winning with that? Nobody. Stop that right now. So what do you need to do? Use social media to figure out who your audience is. Facebook is an excellent place to start, but it's not the end all and be all. And the reason I like, hey Beverly, what's going on? And the reason that I like Facebook is because it's cheap and it gets stats on everybody and everything, and it tells you everything about them. It tells you all the psychographic. Toy. Oh, thank you so much for that. I'm good, Toy. So, okay, yay. So Facebook will tell you everything you want to know about your people. If you have a Facebook page, you do have a Facebook page, right? Right? Yes. You have to have a Facebook business page, and then get people to go to it, get people to like it, and then Facebook will tell you, hey Beverly, and then Facebook will tell you all about them, because Facebook knows everything, right? Facebook is the god of online stuff. Facebook will tell you how old they are. It'll tell you what kind of shows they like. It'll tell you how much money they make, pretty much. And you know how they find that stuff out? Because every time you like something, you comment on something, or you share something, it goes in their database. Click again. And it tells you about people that every time you like a page or a person, it tells, Facebook puts it in their database. So you can use Facebook to find out about your audience. Once you find out about your audience, remember I said go back to the who, the what, and the how. So now you know who the people are who like you, who are following you, who are a part of your life, and now you can craft something to sell to them, right? So you got to get help to do that, because you can't do it all by yourself. If you don't know how to create a landing page, then you need to get somebody who can create a landing page for you and create that landing page and, start selling. If you don't know how to do a Facebook ads funnel, then you need to find somebody who can do this Facebook ads funnel for you, so you can start, the funnel at the top. It's like anybody's in there, then it narrows down, narrows down, narrows down, and at the bottom, these are the people who are paying for you. You might put like 100 people into the funnel, but when they go down through everything with your emails and stuff and they come out, you might only get 5 people out of that. But that's great. If those 5 people are spending, even if they're spending $20, that's still great because they're spending some money. So get help with what you need. And you don't have to always spend money, because this chick is a queen of free. I love free. And another thing that I love better than that is collaborating. I like to collaborate with people who have a bigger audience than me, more influence than me, or maybe we're even kind of the same level, but they serve the same audience in different ways. So if you do that and collaborate with them, guess what? You both win. How do you do the winner thing? Win. We're all winning. We're all winning. Because if you collaborate with somebody, let's say, these are people I like to collaborate with. I like to collaborate with awesome women, for one. But I like to collaborate with people who serve the same audience that I do, but just a little different. Like Althea McIntyre now, she's a coach, and her audience is faith-based women. And she shows them how to, yes, stay in their brilliance and excel in their life. And she does business coaching too, but more life coaching, kind of a life business coach mix kind of thing. But guess what? The people that she serves that are trying to do better with their business, they need marketing. They need email marketing. They need to do a marketing strategy. They need to know the pieces to put together in that, and they come to me, right? So and then the people that come to me that need more business coaching, life coaching, I send them to her. So we both win, winners again. So get help with this whole thing. So I've shared two things that you can do is figure out your who, what, and your how, and then to get help. And you don't have to pay for all of it. Some of it's just collaborating. Some of it's just reaching out to somebody and say, hey, let's have a virtual coffee and find out what synergies we have so we can see if we could even work together and put a program together or something. And then you know what? They start sending you people. It's amazing. When people know about you and know what you do, they start sending you referrals. I mean, one of my main referral sources is a fellow marketer. That's Nadine Mullins of the Nadine Mullins Marketing Agency. I hope I said that right. Nadine Mullins Marketing Agency. I believe so. So she's here on Facebook. We met a couple of years ago through a local women's business organization that we attended. She was a member of a sister group, and I was a member of another one. Started talking, did a couple of programs together, and now I can count on 2 or 3 people a month that she's sending me who really need my service. And I'm the same way with her. I send her people too. I send her. We send each other articles. We talk a lot, and we help each other out. And check this out. We got together, I think it was the beginning of last year, and we went through this book called Wealth Through Workshops by Callan Rush. It was a freebie that she gave out because she was trying to get people into her coaching program. But the Wealth Through Workshops was, it was huge. A big, thick ebook. And Nadine and I went through that together, and it helped us so much because what she didn't understand, I did, and what I didn't understand, she did, and we collaborated. And out of that, I have to say, right after that, she brought out her Power of brunches, which are totally amazing. So if you're in the Atlanta area, she has one coming up the end of February, where it's dealing with faith-based business owners who the author wrote a book, and then we get together and we share this amazingness together. But those are just some people, and all those people, now that I think about it, happened to be in the summit that I did 2 years ago in 2017, the Online Business Success Summit. So that's number 3. I want you to register for this Online Business Success Summit. It's absolutely free, and I'm giving you a 48-hour pass to get in there and learn from everybody that's there. Now, I brought together 15 successful business owners, authors, coaches, and speakers who are there to help you with every facet of your business. And they talk about mindset, talk about writing a book, They talk about getting your story out. They talk about your money and getting that part straight. They talk about ministry. They talk about working with your spouse. I mean, it's just awesome, the information that was uncovered. And it's all for free. So you can get it by going to csicorporation.com/summit. Again, that's csicorporation/summit. Now, in the beginning of this live, I told you about, the who, the what, and the how. Guess what? We covered that in the summit. I told you about how to get help. We cover that in the summit. So everything that you want to know about your business to make it successful, we cover that in the summit. And the thing is, I released it, like I said, in 2017, 2 years ago. But I was jolted out of bed. Talk about a 2 a.m. problem. I was jolted out of bed last week. And I said, God, I want to give my people, the ones who follow me, my subscribers, the ones who watch me all the time, something that is really going to help them, something of value. And I was just racking my brain, and boom, I woke up and God said, well, give them access to the summit. It normally sells for like $197, and I have it so that you can get 48 hours free access to download, view, review, access it for as much as you want, get as much as you want out of it, and walk away with a better business than when you logged in. And the great part is all of the women that are in the summit, and it's all the women that are in the summit as leaders and coaches and speakers and authorities, I've worked with in one way or another, or collaborated with, or they're my friend, and I've worked with them. So, hold on one second, my phone is going off. Matter of fact, that's June Klein. I'm helping her with something, so I'll have to talk to her in a second. But I worked with all 15 of these ladies in some way or another. Benicia Ponder, who is, I think she's the 15th one in the summit, she actually helped me come up with the direction of the summit. She helped me come up with the content idea, the idea, not the idea of the summit, but the theme. There you go, the theme of what it was about. She was exponential in helping me with that. So I took myself out of being a presenter and put her in that spot, because I felt that it was just so important to share how I got to where I was. And then 2 years ago, I'm telling you, not all of those ideas are on point, and you can use them right now. Because 2 years ago, we had just started. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. 2 years ago, we had just gotten into this new administration. Everybody was all cray-cray. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to go on with the new president, the new administration, and all that. And I was like, okay, this is a perfect time to help you get your business right. So 2 years later, we still cray-cray. We don't know what's going to happen. The government was shut down for over 31 days, and now it's open back up, but it's not going to be open for long, or they're going to do some other kind of stuff. I don't know, and I don't care. But I know there's only one thing that you can control in this life, and that is you and your business. So I was like, instead of bringing out something brand new, which I'm going to have another summit later on, in a couple of months from now. But instead of bringing out something brand new right now, I wanted to open this back up, because all of those ideas, all of those principles, all of that information, all of those strategies, everything is still applicable right now and can help you right this second. I mean, I have one presenter in there, T. Renee Smith. Her success was derailed over 1,000 days. Why? Because she went to federal prison, and she'll share her story. But now she hit six figures again. She hit six figures before she went to prison, and then she hit six figures again after she went to prison, and she's still soaring now. I have another one, Wendy Y. Bailey. She's in there as a presenter. She hit six figures, and she almost lost her business because of a debilitating health crisis she went through. But she pulled herself back together, and she came back out strong, and now I just see her doing everything everywhere. I have financial experts on there. I have my author coach, because when I went through this, my book it wasn't just a dream. I was kind of working on it at the time and trying to get things together, but my book wasn't even finished. My author coach, Anita Henderson, is on there, and my editor, Candace L. Davis, is there. And those two ladies helped me to get my book out of my head, onto paper, and into the world. And I have to tell you, because of that book, because of writing that book, finishing that book, and launching that book, I have added $10,000 to my bottom line in my business. And not much of it came from book sales. Although I do appreciate getting the royalty fees into my bank every month. A lot of that money did not come from book sales. Anita and Candace both taught me how to create a book, publish it, and then and leverage it so that you make money other than from the book. Number one thing I did, and I'm so proud and happy of this, is my Unmarketing Inner Circle Mastermind, which I started. I see Melinda is on here. She's a member. I have 12 members in there right now, and we are rocking and rolling. We only started this thing December 4th, and already everybody is seeing success. I think that is so awesome. I have June Klein is in it, and she's starting her mastermind really soon. Her mastermind is going to be awesome. She's how to, getting all this stuff done in 15 minutes, I think is incredible. Melinda, sorry, why can't I? Melissa Wilson, sorry, is in there, and she's been, trying to start up her group and monetize her business. She's got over 10,000 Instagram followers, and now she's actually doing it. She's got her event up, and it was so funny because in the group she was like, "Oh, I saw my first ticket, I almost cried." I felt the same way. How many of us have felt that way? We've been doing this stuff for so long, and then we put out something and somebody actually buys it, and they're like, "Oh God, tears of joy down my face," and somebody's actually buying stuff. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you get help. It happens because you know who your audience is, you know what they want from you, and you know what to provide to them. You got help. And then, of course, you attended this summit, right? I mean, this is my baby. I'm passionate about it. I have kept it open. There are many times I could have closed it. I've kept it open for 2 years, and now I'm kind of relaunching it again and opening it up to a brand new bevy of people, brand new eyeballs, brand new people who can benefit from all these awesome people. So again, you can go to csicorporation.com/summit. I'll put it in the bottom. You will have 48 hours to download as much as you want. I mean, you get everything. I've got a business success activation guide that's a part of it, that if you pay for it, then if you pay for access to the summit, you can download that. You can download the videos. You can download the audios. You can do all of that. But of course, if you think, I can't look at this all in 48 hours, there is an option to upgrade. You don't have to. You can, I've looked at stuff that I wanted, but, I'm putting it out there for you. I've given you a choice, and I hope you take advantage of it. And that's kind of all. So thank you so much for joining me on this Friday afternoon. I have accomplished one goal that I wanted to. That was get back into live streaming. My technology was trying to be with me, and other forces were trying to stop me. But I was like, no, it's not going to stop me. Things are not going to stop. They're not going to stop us, right? Nothing's going to stop us. We're going to do what it is that we need to do to be successful. That's why I wanted to come on, and you will be seeing me every week on Thursdays on my CSI Corporation page, on this page if you're watching it on CSI Corporation. So I didn't get back into that. Oh, one more thing. I did something totally just, I don't know, new and crazy, I guess. I have a podcast I do on Thursdays at 1 o'clock, and then yesterday, for some reason, I couldn't get on the platform. Nothing was working. It was saying the access was down. I thought it was me, but it wasn't. Their site was down for a minute, so I got ticked off, and I moved my whole podcast to another provider. So I'm in the process of kind of moving things right now. I felt really good about it, and I was like, that's the thing to do, because sometimes you got to just change it up a little bit. You can't be doing the same thing all the time and then hoping for different results. Isn't that the definition of insanity? Yep, sure is. So I'm trying something new. Although I don't really like recorded podcasts, I'm like, okay, let me just do this. I think it will free me up a bit so that I can schedule the recording at one time. Even if I have guests, I can schedule that. I just know that Thursdays are my day to release everything. So fingers crossed. I may come back in 2 months and say, hey, I'm going back to the other thing. Who knows? But right now, I moved to something different. I'm doing something different. I want to challenge you. I'm challenging you to do something different. If you want something different, you got to do something different, because you cannot achieve success doing the same old thing and expecting different results. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for bearing with me. You mean the world to me. Thank you so much. And go and register for that summit. CSIcorporation.com/summit. I'm going to put it in the comments. Bye. Talk later.